how they gain weight in the first place. 13% of the world's population is obese.
But winter is coming.
The room is dark and we are using our fat reserves or battery. Why lots of people around us are obese? Sedentary lifestyle? Maybe. The diet? Maybe. Or Netflix? None of them. We will discover in this video. While the world is moving toward more weight gain, I want to look at this problem from different perspectives. Most people don't even know what happened or how they gain weight in the first place. Let's start with some statistics. 13% of the world's population is obese and 40% are overweight. To me, that's much worse than it seems. But because all these metrics rely on BMI, body mass index, it's not a very accurate measurement. I will discuss this further. Make sure to follow me so you don't miss out. A better metric is diabetes. 8% of world's population has diabetes, while 35% are what we call pre-diabetic. This means they are insulin resistant and on the verge of developing diabetes. We are all on this highway, so faster, others slower. If you don't want to end up there, you need to take the next exit. Now let's get the point. What's obesity and why we become obese? You need to understand that obesity is not a disease, but rather a symptom or consequence. The real problem lies in the hormonal imbalance. I'm a fan of history and evolution, so let me tell you a story.
1,000 years later.
Our bodies are 6 million years old. We were once cavemen with limited access to food. Finding food was hard, dangerous. The concept of constant eating simply didn't exist. So if food was available today and not for the next 10 days, a caveman wouldn't survive more. But certainly that's not what happened. Evolution is crucial here. When our bodies received fuel, part of it was used immediately and the rest was stored as a fat. This fat, which acts like battery, was stored in the best possible locations for balance around the waist and chest, the middle of the body. Imagine if fat were stored around the neck or calves, we couldn't run and our balance would be compromised. Against the first predator, humanity would have gone extinct. Let's go back to our story. A few thousand years later, hard winters came and humanity left without crops, farming or hunting.
But winter is coming. We know what's coming with it. We can't face it alone.
Early humans didn't have enough food for 3 meals and a snack between. In fact, the concept of breakfast as we know it today only emerged after factories were invented, maybe in the 16th century. Before that, obesity was essential for survival. Fruits naturally ripen in the late summer. Humans were meant to store fat from fruits to prepare for harsh winters. They would use their fat reserves and lose weight again. Our problem started when harsh winters stopped coming. Everything became easily accessible and we were constantly recharging. Just imagine always having your phone plugged into charger. You wouldn't be able to use it properly and the battery would eventually degrade. Our ancestors had to work hard for their food. Most of their day was spent burning fat rather than recharging. Humans are designed for cycle of eating, charging and fasting. Think of a switch. When it's up, the light is on and we are eating or charging ourselves. When it's down, the room is dark and we are using our fat reserves or battery. The hand controlling this switch is insulin. Every time you eat, insulin is released in your body. Your blood sugar goes above a certain level. Your body stops using its battery and starts charging again. This is why calorie counting does not work for most people. To understand the link between diabetes, obesity and many other diseases, we must start with definition. Diabetes or insulin resistance happens when your body needs more and more insulin to manage the same amount of sugar. For example, if 1 unit of insulin used to manage 10 units of sugar, after years of constant eating, your body might need 3 units for the same 10 units of sugar. A decade later, it might need 10 units. Even if you've cut back to 5 units of sugar out of fear, Your body, which has become inefficient, now produce 100 units of insulin. This excess insulin keeps storing fat and charging itself. This is when you become pre-diabetic or insulin resistant. People who say, I gain weight even from drinking water, they are at this stage. Using sugar lowering pills makes it worse by making your body's insulin even lazier. After years of struggling with calorie counting and eating less, you get closer and closer to diabetes. Eventually, your pancreas gives up and stops producing insulin altogether. At this point, your blood sugar skyrockets and you will need insulin injections. If you give your body a chance, it will use its fat reserves and rebuild itself. But this only works if you eat healthily. Unfortunately, most people consume too much sugar. This is why I always emphasize that not all calories are equal. Consuming a lot of sugar spikes your insulin, causing your body to enter charging mode quickly and stay there longer. If you eat 3 meals and 3 snacks daily, your insulin graph looks like a roller coaster. You will spend most of the day charging, and maybe, just maybe, your body uses its reserves for a few hours at night. This is the opposite of what your body was designed. Now, if you've messed up this switch, how do you fix it? Reset it to factory setting. It's that simple, but it takes time. You can't flip a few switches and fix it in 2 minutes. If you give it time, your body will repair itself. This means stop eating constantly fast for 8 to 16 hours a day, depending on how bad your situation is. During this time, your body will use its fat reserves and even get rid of unnecessary waste. Fat cells are not just fat. They carry nutrients and harmful substances. The sandwich you ate 15 years ago is still stored around your belly because it never got the chance to be used. Excess weight became an issue with modern life, but certain things like sugar, fast food, preservatives, and lies about the fat have fueled the fire. Thanks for watching this video. Please share it with your friends and loved ones so they can benefit too. Leave your comments and thoughts below this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to support me in creating more videos like this.